this week on the Bold and Beautiful, they are gearing up for a custody battle between Thomas and Hope. I said, here we go again, y'all. Okay, so on the preview, Hope is saying that Douglas is her son and she needs to know that he is safe. Thomas tells Hope that he needs his son, which is why he had paperwork drawn up. I said, and it begins. I said, and it begins. It seemed like they dropped this storyline and then they pick it right back up. And you could tell that the writers don't have much material because it's either they over here on Brooke, what's the name? Brooke, Taylor, and Ridge. Then they back over here with Katie, Brooke, and Bill. Then they back over here with the custody thing between Hope and Thomas. I said at this point, Hope shouldn't have just she legally adopted him, didn't she? Or did she? I can't even remember. Well, I said at this point they running out of material. But yeah, Thomas tells Hope that he needs his son, which is why he had the paperwork drawn up. Leon tells Hope that Thomas has a trick up his sleeve. Steffi tells Thomas to be prepared. He may lose complete custody of his son, and it begins again. For this to finally be over, the only thing I see happening is Caroline coming back for Douglas. Because that's what they gonna keep on dragging it out and replaying it and replaying it and replaying it. And I said at this point the only way it's gonna end is if imagine this, y'all. I can think of a few ways that this whole storyline could go about. It could be like if they do bring Caroline back, it could be that like I had been saying. I said last year, I think in the year before last, I said, when Thomas was obsessed with Hope and talking to mannequins and all that, I said I wouldn't be surprised because for years he been like obsessed with this lady or whatever. I said I wouldn't be surprised if he had been. They could have did a whole storyline. If they gonna do the mannequin storyline, continue on with the child protective service call and everything. I said they might as well just made the man crazy and had it been revealed that he had since he came back to town he was obsessed with Hope. He had a pictures all over the wall. Listen, he had a pictures all over the wall. What else did I say? He actually, because Caroline's supposed to be gone because what did they say? She was sick or something like that out of nowhere or whatever. So I was like, he could be holding her hostage and had the whole plan of Hope adopting, becoming Douglas's mom to get close to her because we seen everything he's done since he been back on the show and everything in regards to manipulating Hope into marrying him and being with him and stuff for the sake of Douglas or the sake of him basically or whatever. So I said if they had kept with that storyline, they could have revealed that he had been holding Caroline hostage. She managed to get away and everything. But now they're on a whole different thing. So they brought up the custody thing again. And this week they supposed to be going down. I say, first of all, you need to finish one storyline before you begin another. So we just ain't going to know what happened between Sheila and them. Aside from they said the deacon's supposed to sneak to Bill's house to see her and stuff like that. And I said, finish this doggone storyline before you start another. Well, okay, so I said it could go a lot of ways if they decide to bring Caroline back. But I said, why is this a rush? Why is it? Because on the preview he's saying, I guess he's seeking full custody, but we don't really know. We just gotta speculate at this point because sometimes previews be telling stories or making us think one way. But I said, why the rush? Why not build it up? Why not do a build up? I said you could see everybody rallying around because Steffi was saying tomorrow, so this week the custody battle is gonna begin. So I said you could see everybody rallying around Hope for support because they allegedly mad at Thomas right now. So everybody would be in support of Hope being Douglas's main parent. Excuse me. And I said, imagine they in court, judge is about to rule or whatever, and who knows? The judge is about to rule, then boom, Caroline walks in. Or they could do it like when the judge is about to rule, Hope is about to lose. She actually about to lose because, like I said, it could go either way. It could be one of those situations where they could bring up everything that Thomas has done and they could hold it against him. And in the eyes of the court, in the jury and stuff, I don't even know if it's gonna go that far. But they might be like, you did all that to your son. You used your son. You told your son to be quiet and all that stuff, and it could negatively impact him or whatever. But they also could be like, we see that you're remorseful about your actions. We see that you've been seeking therapy and all this stuff. So, it's important that a child, especially a son, has his father in his life and everything. Y'all know that's what they be saying. And it's like, so you want I don't know, how y'all feel about that, Thomas being in Douglas' life? I feel like every time they give him another chance, he do something to ruin it or whatever. So I'm like, I don't know. I kind of like I said, bring Caroline back because it could be a Caroline versus Hope now because Hope keep on. I love that she's been protective with Douglas and everything, but I said the only way that they gonna get because at first Steffi now was on Thomas' side and everything, but now they done switched over or whatever. But we don't know until this week what Steffi, besides what she said about you could lose complete custody of him tomorrow and everything. And I also want to know what does the paperwork say because it could say He's seeking full custody. He said he needed his son and everything. I said, Thomas, your best bet was to sit up here and actually heal and sign up for a real therapist. I ain't gonna say your mama ain't a real therapist, but she already made excuses for you. Even when it was revealed at the wedding and everything, she was still making excuses to my, he just married now, he just did this, I'm disappointed in him, but this and that, and making excuses for him. So I said, sign up for a real therapist, heal, deal with whatever you fighting inside of you, then try to come be a better father and stuff. But I said, nah, they gonna go. He drew up paperwork. I said, bring Caroline back. I said, that's the only way I see this working. And maybe Caroline and Hope both can decide that they gonna be his mamas and everything, be there for him and protect him and everything. But I said, it could be like, okay, like I had said, make it so Thomas had known that she was alive, or that she faked her own death. They could have Thomas sneaking to a location, talking to someone. Then they do the big reveal. Y'all know how they do on these previews, these promos. They'll do a big reveal. They could show for days. They showing him go talk to somebody and talk about Douglas and all that stuff. And then when they finally do a face reveal, which is usually on a Friday or something, a cliffhanger. But it depends on the schedule of the episodes. But they could do a cliffhanger and then they could reveal Caroline. But I know the lady that was playing Caroline, she's on Days of Our Lives. I think that's the show she on. So, it ain't nothing to recast. They do that all the time. So I said, yeah, they could have him sneaking to a location. He could be like, I need your help. Or he could know that she had been alive and faking her death. Or he could have learned it. And he could have worked out some type of deal with her or blackmail her. Because, they do that too. Blackmail her and said, okay, you going to help me get our son back. Or I'm gonna reveal that you've been faking that you did something. I don't know, y'all, because I don't really know. But I said that'll be a good plot twist or whatever if they bring her back. What else did I say? Maybe Thomas could feel like that's his only hope at getting Douglas back if he pleads with Caroline and everything. I said it could go either way because they could bring up everything Thomas has done, which I already said, and hold it against him, or they could be like a child needs his father. They said on the spoilers that Douglas is going to speak up for himself or whatever. What was the other thing they said Douglas gonna do? Douglas supposed to have to make a decision. I guess who he want to live with. I said, oh Lord, at this point, I said they keep on doing this doggone storyline. They keep doing it, and I said, finally end this. Bring Caroline back or something. Yeah, or utilize. Well, I was about to say utilize these other characters they done brought on here and they ain't doing nothing. But I don't know. To end this custody thing, they need to. I feel like bring Caroline back. That's what I feel like. They should bring her back. They should allow her to come back and get her son. Because if not, this whole Hope versus Thomas thing is gonna continue. Cause they do it. Listen, every freaking. I ain't gonna say every month, but like we just seen some episodes where they were supposed to be fighting over, and then he tried to kiss her and everything, and they'll introduce storylines, they'll drop it, then they'll pick it back up, and then they drop it again, and then they'll wait a little time and pick it back up. And I said, I don't know. I feel like they running out of ideas, but I said, yeah, it could be that he had been holding her hostage, or she could have faked her own death. He could have not known that she was alive, and then he found out, and some type of way he blackmailed her, and now she gotta work with him to get their son back or something. But yeah, Hope worried and everything. I said, see, Hope. That's why they try to discourage you from adopting and stuff, because people for some cases, they can pick up like it's never happened or whatever, and try to come back and get them and everything. I said, not Thomas. And then another thing I say is, remember how he was listening outside of the door when Hope and Steffi was talking about hiring him back and everything. I said, nah, they didn't even finish that storyline. They ain't tell him that he was no longer welcome back there or whatever, that they decided that they gonna do without him. They didn't show that. I was waiting on that as well. And then I said, he'll sit up here and say, okay, he love Hope. She the one person whose opinion matters most to him and everything. But then he'll try to come take their son from her or something. And I said, she actually wanted to hire you back. She wants to hire you back. And I still say she got secret feelings for him that she hasn't revealed or whatever. But yeah, I said, she been the one, she still kind of on your side. Steffi the one got her to change her mind. I said, but the minute something went wrong, and that's how you know where people's heart and head is at. The minute something popped off and went wrong or whatever, the bad review for their fashion and stuff, she was like, maybe we need Thomas back and all that. I was like, she didn't want him to go nowhere to begin with. But yeah, I said, see, it be the wrong people. I said, she been fighting for you and supportive of you and everything, but now you back again, trying to take Douglas back. And I will say, I don't know, I still say, you know, because Douglas was acting like, excuse me, Douglas was acting like he missed his daddy. And that's not the first time, you know, he gonna miss his daddy. It's his daddy or whatever. But until he get help, he gonna continue to use that little boy. That's my opinion. I feel like he gonna continue to use, unless, well, it depends on what the writers write or whatever. But yeah, I say he gonna continue to use this doggone boy. If he don't see, they should show him getting help. They show him. We hadn't seen him for what, a week or two or whatever. They show him he at Paris' house and everything, and I'm like, okay, I would like to have seen him going to some therapist or going to meetings and all that, and he making progress and he's showing hope or whatever. But we've seen that before, we've heard that before, so it wouldn't exactly be new. But yeah, I said a Hope versus Thomas custody battle this week. And they said, I guess they said that Douglas, how old is Douglas? I said, guess they said Douglas old enough to make his own decision, because I think by Friday's episode, I don't know, I think it's Friday's episode, they said that Douglas is going to have to make a decision. He's going to be surrounded by his loved ones and everything. So I was like, okay, what will he say? Will he be like, he want both his parents in his life? Or will he be like, he want to go stay with his dad, or he just want to stay with Hope? And if he does reject Thomas, what would Thomas do? Because we seen Thomas try to act like he all good and changed and all that stuff. But if he feel like he lost his son and then he lost his position at the company and all this stuff, what would he do? Who would he partner with? You know, because again, they didn't finish showing them tell him that he's not welcome back at the company or whatever. Another storyline that they introduced but don't, fully play out. But yeah, I say the way this could end, cause but then I didn't think, I just thought about it. If Caroline had a faked her death, wouldn't that become a problem or whatever? Ain't that illegal to do? So I was like, that'll be a problem too, because then it becomes, now she gonna be in jail or something. So I said the only way they could have did this if Thomas had been holding her hostage. But I feel like it's a little too late to do that, because they already did the whole he had a brain injury thing. Excuse me. They already did the whole he had a brain injury thing and all that. I said the minute they said, she had passed away, they should have questioned it and did some investigation or something or whatever. And then how he came and did all that stuff where he got Hope to marry him and be Douglas' mama and everything. And the whole mannequin situation. I said that's what I feel like they should have did right then. If you're gonna keep on making the man crazy and not get him none of those, all these doggone women. Well, I ain't gonna say all these doggone women. Well, really, it's some on the show that they haven't been utilizing. And y'all want to keep making him obsessed with Hope. If you're gonna continue to make him obsessed with Hope, then might as well sit up here and take it all the way. Said the man had her hostage. Said he had Hope pictures just all over the wall, because he's still Hope crazy. He's still Hope crazy or whatever. He still value her opinion more than anybody, and that's what he said. So I was like, yeah, if you're gonna continue with this whole Thomas is obsessed with Hope, like she the only person in the doggone world, then you should have made it so, okay, he got Caroline, he wanted her out the picture, because she popped up and was gone like it was nothing. I don't know if they did that because, they had no more use for her character or what, but yeah, that's it. Let me see and make sure I got everything. Yeah, I said that he could have been holding her hostage, or she could have faked her own death for some reason, or that he found out later that she was alive and he didn't say anything. It could go either way. But yeah, the whole nother doggone, they didn't end the Sheila storyline yet or whatever. So I guess they trying to buy time and come up with different storylines until then. But I don't know, because I was tired of seeing the whole Sheila storyline, because Bill don't say much of anything. Sheila and Deacon finna be messing around. I call it now, y'all. They finna be sneaking around and stuff, and they gonna get caught, and that's probably how they gonna prove that she don't really want Bill or something, by exposing Deacon. But I was tired of seeing their storyline, so we'll see how this custody battle goes. Because like I said, they keep bringing that up. But I don't know, y'all. Let me see. I think that's all I wanted to do for this video. Talk about Thomas versus Hope. First of all, not first of all, but y'all comment down below. Whose side are y'all on? Do y'all want Thomas to have? Because I know some of y'all can't stand them doggone Logans or whatever. And some of y'all feel like Thomas shouldn't have custody of Douglas and everything. But comment down below. Do y'all want Hope to have custody or Thomas, or both of them? Or do y'all want Caroline to come back? Do y'all feel like they will eventually bring her back? Well, then you got to consider, no, she wasn't. She was with Thomas because he had left, I forgot. the whole illness thing where she pretended like she was sick. So she just sick in the head. She was just sick in the head as he was. Cause then she pretended like she was sick to get him back. Who was he with? Was he with Sally? Dog. I'm glad they put the episodes on YouTube so you can go back and watch it. You could go back and watch it and stuff. Cause I was like, wasn't she pretending to be sick to get him back? I don't know, y'all. But comment down below what y'all thought. I was about to say what y'all thought of this episode. Comment down below what y'all think of the custody battle that's about to happen this week. Until next time, deuces.